Modern life dating. In today's society, women are taught to place their worth in the hands of their romantic partners. This trend is largely attributable to the proliferation of social media, online dating apps, and self-help literature, all of which have encouraged women to alter their appearance, demeanor, and lifestyles, to make them more desirable to males. Despite their intelligence, they seek a man with a higher income. Because of the lasting effects of this social programming on how many single women date and form relationships, many of them feel pressured to play the game in order to be successful and find a suitable partner. Obviously, this antiquated approach often leaves single women feeling powerless and helpless. Nonetheless, there is a noticeable shift, and it's not just due to the proliferation of dating apps. As women gain more rights and are increasingly seen as, basically, equal to men, conventional gender roles and constructions are fading away. Most women needed a provider in the past because they needed financial support from a man. Women today have more opportunities than ever before, and as a result, they are more self-reliant and recognize that they are not dependent on men in the same ways that their forebears were. So women are raising the bar without putting themselves at great risk. People today are less interested in having someone merely provide for them and more interested in having someone they can share an equal relationship. Number 1. Texting and dating. The use of texting in modern life dating has perhaps changed it for the worse. As a result, it builds false hopes, fantasies, confusion, and misperceptions that complicate communication. We understand how eager you are to continue communicating with a person when you begin dating them. Although there aren't really any rules for sending texts, having excellent manners might help you communicate more effectively without coming across as overly eager. Number 2. The 3-day rule. If you don't hear back after 3 days, move on. Someone who wants to continue talking to you is what you deserve. Even while it's important for people to express their interests in a relationship, others may stop communicating with you and ghost you. Cut them off and concentrate on your other relationships instead of wasting time waiting for someone to respond to your texts. We understand that it can be difficult if the person you were interested in doesn't respond. But there are other people out there who are worth your time. Number 3. Stop using dating apps. You're prepared to meet the right person, but you're sick of always scrolling through dating apps. Perhaps you don't want to go on another date with someone who is solely interested in hooking up with you or who doesn't resemble their profile photo. It's time to put the algorithm to rest. Make an effort to interact with people personally for the best chance of showcasing your delightful personality. The process of having a conversation in person is simpler than you might think. Number 4. Traditional relationships. It is clear that in today's world there is a conflict between the old and the new forms of relationships. Some people are committed to traditional ways of living, such as romantic relationships and marriage. The fundamental traditional relationship consists of a male and a female, with the man often being the more dominant partner and the woman being the more submissive one. Others reject the idea of following tradition and would prefer to create their own rules. Traditional relationships and family lives come in many different forms. Number 5. Modern relationships. There are norms that are established by relationships in today's society. Rejecting the traditional role marriage and relationships play in their romantic lives, they define their own romantic lives. Modern partnerships come in a variety of forms, just like traditional ones. Alternatively, a married couple who alternate taking turns with chores while they both work. A typical modern relationship consists of 2 working parents who divide the household duties and make decisions as a team. The roles are less clearly defined, and it is expected that everyone would work together to do household tasks and equally care for the kids. In a modern relationship, the woman might be the primary provider while the man might take on a more supportive role. According to research, modern relationships don't tend to last as long as those in the past. From my perspective, this has nothing to do with relative morality or good and bad individuals. Perhaps even more importantly, traditionalists are less likely to divorce than their more modern counterparts, even if they are unhappy in their marriages. More years spent together does not necessarily equate to more happy years spent together. Many factors besides romantic love keep couples together. I also think that someone who has their own income and is not dependent on anyone else is more likely to leave an unhealthy relationship. What do you think about modern life dating? I would really like to know your views on this matter. Click that like button and subscribe button right now. Thank you.